So I'm here with Peter Wilde at the Wilde-Gallery from Germany, and I fell in love with this as I was walking by, and what I didn't realize, it was painted onto cardboard. So, Peter, tell me a bit about this artist.
His name is Evil. He's lived in Berlin for 19 years and worked as a graffiti artist. He started stenciling electrical boxes in the streets of Berlin as Plattenbau, which are GDR apartment buildings, cheaply built.
Yes.
And these sort of appeared all over the streets of Berlin. And they're relatively simple. It's the same process as Banksy or Shepard Fairey, spray paint and stencils, but with 2 or 3 layers, like the silkscreen prints, which are two levels and 3 layers of colors. But as his stencils started to get more and more complicated, he moved on to cardboard. So it's still the same process of hand-cut paper stencils with aerosol spray cans.
So, Peter, do you think this is indicative of the fact that Germany has a green government and the entire world is thinking more about recycling, reducing, and reusing?
No, although this is very much his humor of having the recycling things on the cardboard. But it's more of bringing an aesthetic of the street, into something that he can do in his studio that is far more complex. If you've ever been to Berlin, it's they heat with coal still, which is sort of unbelievable. That's how ungreen they are. And the stucco actually takes on this color. And there's still war damage that has this sort of damage. So it really feels like Berlin architecture. He picks it up on the street. It's about the street. And he likes even though it's like such intensive work, he likes that it sort of can deteriorate and is very vulnerable, like street art, that it might not last.
I personally fell in love with the imperfection within the cardboard, and over top of it you do have straight lines which sort of mirror perfection.
It's like that. That's the irony of it. Like it's so obsessive and so perfect, and yet disposable. On a disposable matter and vulnerable, it could decay. That's the beauty of it, absolutely.
So even this one over here, you've got bits of paint and plaster, bits where the tape has come off.
Yes.
You still have the straight, perfect lines of a window. And the further back you stand, the more it really truly does mirror the bombed out shells of a lot of the buildings in Germany.
Absolutely. And I think what he's starting to play with light, translucence, and reflection. And I think that's what's really becoming masterful. Like in this one where there's a double window and you can see the curtain and the double reflection of the tree. It's really just becoming masterful work.
So Peter, how do we find you online? What's your website?
Wilde-Gallery.de.
Wilde-Gallery.de.
And Evil.
And Evil.
Yes. And he has his own website, eviltaste.com.
Yeah. So how much do these pieces generally go for?
They are between 9,000 and 14,000 these here. Last week in Paris, he won the Arte Prize, and the Arte Channel is doing a documentary on him. He's nominated for the Lucerne Prize in Italy, and he was the first artist in the German pavilion in the World's Fair in Shanghai. So he's really taking off.
So what's been the reception within the Toronto art market? Has it been what you expected?
Yes. It's what I've expected.
Well, I've certainly fallen in love with it, and I look forward to checking out your wildegallery.de online, as well as Evo's website.
Evil Taste.
eviltaste.com.